Welcome to The Relay, a podcast from Gulf Relay where we dive behind the scenes of our operations, teams, and industry.
So, hey folks, Brett Hutchins back with Gulf Relay and my master drivers. Got a couple of grandmasters here too. Believe me, I'm a rookie when it comes to what these guys represent. It's over 100 years of experience here. And the thing that I always hear these old timers, not old, old drivers, so to speak, talk about is how it used to be and how it is now. And that's a big deal. All the guys I've talked to out on the road, they all have a lot of experience, and they all say the same thing. Man, back in the day, if a driver had a flat on the side of the road, there'd be 6 trucks over there trying to help him get his tires on and off. And now you'd be lucky if they changed into the left lane to keep from hitting you. I mean, it's true. We see it every day. So, buddy, you're not the oldest guy here. I got all y'all beat, but you're the oldest of the drivers with 40 years. So tell us what you saw, tell us what you see now, and tell us how you would like to see a change to a kinder, less callous style of driving.
Yeah, I mean, just back in the day, I mean, you just had camaraderie. I mean, it was like a brotherhood. You know, I mean, you see a driver struggling, like you said, flat tire, anything, you'd stop, help him out. Back in those days, we didn't have cell phones, so it was kind of hard to call for help. Right. So, you would stop and at the least give him a ride to the next truck stop, and just do whatever you could to help him out and get him off the road.
Willie, what about you?
Like I say, it was like a big family back then. But today, a lot of the issue is, you've been driving long enough to know that company trucks, even on our frames, we have set speeds. And you have to be courteous. Common sense should kick in to tell you to help one another out. I mean, if you're in the right lane and you pass someone trying to pass you in the left lane, knowing the difference in the weight could vary, so why he can't get around you, whatever. But instead of holding up traffic, just get out of it a little bit, let the driver go head on. Just show some courtesy. Because it just show it's a matter of respect, it's understanding that, hey, it ain't a thing about I'm faster than you or my motor's stronger than yours. It's about at this time you need to get on around before we keep the flow of traffic.
And it seems like these young guys nowadays, they don't care that they're going to hold up. If you're locked on 67, that's all you got. 70, that's all you got. Whatever it is, and they're like 70 1/4, and here they come, and then they gonna start all this right before they hit a hill.
Right.
So here we go. So true story just happened. Whatever's today. What's today? I don't know. Whatever today is. It happened yesterday. I'm coming down 20, heading to Majorca in Natchez. XPO comes up beside me. Took him about 2.5 miles to ever get up to me. I'm in the right lane. Took him forever to get up to me. Then he locks up right beside me. We start up a hill. He slows down. I slow down. Now we're both running. And who comes up behind him? DOT. Boo! Hit his lights. Trying to get him to get out of the damn lane. So I thought, yeah, okay, whatever. So I just let off. Let the guy get on around me. Man, he come around me. He drinking his Coca-Cola and wasn't paying no attention. He didn't know I get to do. This guy's behind him. So he finally come on around. But that's the kind of stuff drives me crazy, man. Back off. Let those guys go. In 7 seconds, they are out of your life forever.
Right.
That's all you got to do. Just let them get out of your life, because that's the kind of guy you're gonna see one day rolled over with his wheels in the air.
Right.
What about you?
Well, I was sitting there listening to you all, and I like what I'm hearing. And one of the things I sit and think about is I think about how they say pride goes up before destruction, and that's one of those things that is I shouldn't have enough pride to where I can't accept help. And I shouldn't have enough pride to where I can give help.
Absolutely.
And like he said back in the days, that was the number one thing. If I stopped to help him, he respected it. If he stopped to help me, I respected it. And then, like he was talking about how these drivers are today, we got to get back to what we call common courtesy.
Yeah, I agree.
Common courtesy, that means that if a driver, if my truck not going fast enough, there's no sense in me to hold the lane and not let him by.
Right.
Well, we got drivers. I run into it all the time. We got drivers that just sit there and hold that lane. And another thing, and another thing that I don't see now that I've seen back then, a lot of drivers don't even run a radio in their truck. So how you know what's going on ahead? They don't replace the radio with a TV.
On their dash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
On the
Watching a
dash.
movie.
Yeah. So if you got a radio, that means that you got your radio.
Well,
on.
it might have a foot in the window. I mean, how many times have we seen that? Seriously. Driving down the road, got their foot hanging out the window watching a freaking movie.
That steer tire blows out, we'll put that foot on the ground then.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like you get you the radio, that way you know what's going on ahead. So it's a possibility that if you hear them on the radio say, hey, I-20 exit so they got a pile up. Okay, you ain't made it there yet, so you heard it on the radio, you can get off and go around. But a lot of drivers don't carry radio. Guess what? They end up right there in that traffic jam 2 or 3 hours.
You know, it's funny you say radios because I have got this buddy of mine that rides, and he's got his own high volume, squelch, noise constantly. And every time I talk to him on the phone, I hear all this, and I hear so much negative nonsense coming from these drivers. I'm talking about, now I can be a little profane, but I'm talking about, I hear
bad.
some terrible
That's
stuff
It's bad.
coming off here.
What
And
you
I'm
do
like,
is you just turn the volume down.
that's what I told him. Why do you ride and listen to all that negative stuff permeating in your brain? It's I can't do
I
it.
run mine just enough to where I can hear it.
Yep.
You know,
But that's how
and
I
it
learned
saved me
communication.
many times from getting in a backup. and
Oh
everything.
yeah, ain't no doubt about it. What about you, Jimmy?
Well, I'm gonna go at a different angle.
Oh, here we go.
Let's do it.
You know,
This ought to be good.
I think a lot of the problem these days with this, especially the generation that's coming up now, we're older people. You know, we were raised different. One thing. CB radio, that's a great thing. But you know, back in the day, my granddad worked for ABF. Okay, but back in the day, we were called the Knights of the Road. You know, because you know we knew where thing about the road. We knew where to go eat. We know how, everything. Now I feel like we're labeled scumps of the road now because of the way these new drivers coming up and how they're doing out on the road.
Lack of courtesy.
Lack of courtesy, all kind of things. One bad apple spoils the whole barrel.
Sure.
So, and that's, but I think what's pushing all of this is technology. ELDs, clock don't stop, you're pushing, and these young guys, they don't know how to trip plan properly,
No. Right.
and that's causing a lot of this right here. Screw you, I'm going on by,
Well,
or doing 500 miles an hour in a truck stop,
yeah.
When you
Or a
should be doing
rest area.
5 miles.
Yeah, or a rest area.
Yeah.
Come through there with the freaking Jakes on double low and while you're trying to sleep.
And another
But
thing
there's a-
Pete, that I also remember, when the courtesy with one another, we got to understand, we call them four-wheelers, but it's people in cars.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a clue
No.
the danger they be in
No.
when they tangling with the 80,000 pound
Not
truck.
an inkling
They
of a
don't.
clue.
And you can tell they don't have a clue, not against mother, not knocking the mother, but it brings tears to my eyes just about when a mother passed by, got a phone stuck up in her hand on new model cars, they not using Bluetooth, and got a child on the back seat.
Or in her lap.
Or in her lap.
Or in her
But
lap.
she feel that I'm too close to her and she wants to slam on brake.
Yeah.
You just endanger your own child life.
Yeah, because they think in their mind, you got 18 wheels, well, you must have
We
18
can't stop.
brakes.
So we have to be courteous of them to understand they're not aware that we can't go no faster. They're going to give you the finger, make you number one and all that, but you have to look over that stuff, try to get an upgrade with the four-wheelers, what we call.
And another thing that's important too, I think we're on to incorporate with our younger drivers that's coming up, and this is just from the old school driving. I still carry Atlas.
Oh,
Absolutely.
me too.
Oh,
And the reason,
Yeah.
because think about it.
Yeah, me too.
How many of our younger drivers really not know how to use one?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're so spoiled with this GPS system, our phones, and one thing they need to learn that your phone sometimes will take you where you
Don't need to see.
you don't need to be.
Oh, yeah. Like the kid, guy that ripped the roof off the one in New York City about 2 months ago,
yeah.
tore the whole damn roof off the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so you hit the bridge. Did you keep driving? How do you
Must
rip the
have.
roof off?
Come on,
All right, so
right.
let's do this. So now, also we can segue this into safety because I know more the data that I have rumbling around in my head. I know how freaking safe these guys are. I got all their safety numbers. Do y'all know your safety numbers? This, okay. Now look, y'all got to understand this. I don't know what they call this.
I don't know.
I don't know if they call this IntelliChoice or whatever fancy words they have for it, but basically it's how we're rated on safety. It's from a scale of 0, 1 being the best you could ever be, 0 to 100 where you're fixing to go to prison. Okay. Now I know, so I know because I call in and check my computer on mine all the time. And when I first started this, I started off as a 14. And I thought, 14? How in the world could I be that unsafe? You know, because I consider myself fairly safe driver. Well, I brought it down to 11, then a 9, now I'm at a 7. So I'm like, take that, you company drivers, and all you owner operators think y'all somebody. And then the dang report come out, he's a 2. He's a 2. Anthony, you have any idea?
No.
Okay, Willie, you have any idea? I can get it for you. I ain't gonna do it right now because it'll take me a minute. But I'm assuming these guys are super safe. So not only on a 0 to 100 do we have guys here that are so far under the national average. From what I'm told, is anything 60 or below. Yeah, you've done a great job. And I'm like, 60? I mean, 60.
I'm still trying to get to that 1.
I know. So, me and you talked about that the other day when we was talking, and I think I told you I'm coming after you and Buddy. I promise you, I'm coming after y'all. Now, I mean, getting down there now, that's gonna take a minute. I guarantee you. But y'all do an outstanding job at that, and
Appreciate it.
everybody needs to know that. So, 100 years experience, safe as hell on the road, know how to trip plan, know how to prepare their food, know how to idle correctly, know what MPGs mean, they're courteous as can be, know what all the tools are. I mean, it pretty much covers everything. I appreciate all y'all doing this. I know it's kind of short notice, and the reason why is because dispatch had no idea who's going to be in at what time because we had Thanksgiving, and it messed us all up. So I kind of, asked them. I said, I've got this thing coming on. I've been telling Sarah for a month that we do it, and I've got to have guys that are in town at that time and willing to do it. Jimmy had a little reservations because he's worried about his. Nah, but I knew you'd be
I was
fine.
going to tie it up. I said, no, I'm just going to let it fly.
Yeah, I knew he'd be fine.
Let it fly.
I appreciate all you guys coming in, buddies. 40-year man, a number 2 in the safety department, Willie, Anthony. I appreciate it. Jimmy King, I'm gonna call y'all out in that December 16th meeting too, and tell everybody what y'all did, how much time you invested in trying to make Gulf Relay a better company, because that's what we're trying to do.
And it can be.
It can be. We're trying to build a camaraderie, not only between the drivers, but between service, office, all of us. We need to come together. We're one team here. There's a lot of moving parts in the trucking industry. And if we don't all those parts have to fit together like a piece of a puzzle. And if we can't do that, we're just another, whoever company.
Machine that never run.
Yeah, so let's do our best to do that. Thank you. Y'all have a good day.